Guys, apologize, I don't have my webcam on, but again, like I said, for some reason, today's videos, I'm not going to have webcam because, my webcam's all messed up. So, with that being said, we are going ahead and doing our first, and very early, I will say, but, hey, better late than never, 53-man roster prediction. Obviously, this is my first one. I'm going to do one today. And I'm not going to do one again until after OTAs, after training camp, and right before the preseason, where I'll do my second one, and I'll do my third and final one after preseason. So, who's going to make the roster? Well, currently we are 90 out of 90 players on this roster. So, we are currently sitting at a pretty much, a full exciting roster. We are fully maxed out. But I think the players who will not make the roster starting off right away is going to be these receivers. We'll probably only going to keep 6 receivers. It's what we did last year. I don't really see us keeping more than 6. So all these guys that I'm cutting right now will eventually just become practice squad guys. And we'll see where they end up, if they get picked up by somebody else, or if they just remain as practice squad guys. But I only see us keeping, in the end, 6 wide receivers. So Jermaine Burton, Chuck Sizzle, Yoshi, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trent Irwin. Is it possible that any of these 5 receivers actually make the roster? Absolutely. They look really good. It's always possible that they could make the roster as a depth piece. And we keep 7 wide receivers. I don't see us ever keeping more than 7 wide receivers. But listen, you never know. Now, next thing I want to go through is quarterback. It's very easy to kind of go through this. I love Rocky Lombardi. I really do. But I don't think he's going to end up making a roster. Neither will Logan Woodside. Again, really great options there, but I just don't think it's going to end up happening. Same thing with these running backs down this list here. I don't think either of these running backs is going to be on the final 53-man roster. For tight ends, I will say I'm probably going to be in the minority here, I will say. I think that Cam will not make the roster. That's not why I'll be in the minority. It's because of the fact that I think that we're going to keep a lot of tight ends. So I think Eric Miller will go ahead and get cut. Obviously, right tackle, not tight end, but just a little side note there. But I think we could keep all the other tight ends on this roster, like Tanner McLaughlin, Eric All, Tanner Hudson, Drew Sample, and Mike Gesicki. I think we're going to keep all 5 tight ends going into this year. Main reason why, okay, Drew Sample is going to move to fullback. Okay, so now we have 4 tight ends. We have 4 tight ends and 1 fullback. Mike is going to be more or less a slot receiver. Same thing with Tanner McLaughlin. So this is kind of a replacement for Tyler Boyd, a 1A, 1B type concept, which leaves our vertical threat tight ends as Tanner Hudson and Eric All, utilizing them in more of a 2 tight end formations. So that's kind of where I'm looking when it comes to how our tight end group will kind of go out. But next guy I think that will get cut is going to be Cochran. He got hurt last year, but I think he will go ahead and get cut. I have Matt Lee making the final 53-man roster, so I do believe he will. I think Nate Gilliam will get cut. Again, practice squad guy. Dante Smith, practice squad guy as well. And Jackson Kirkland's practice squad guy as well. Now, I'd say Jackson Kirkland's is a very interesting one. And the reason why I say that is because we did not sign back Max. And we need a backup guard, okay? Cody Ford can't be a little bit of everything, okay? I also think Trey Hill will get cut. So Jackson Kirkland there's a good possibility he makes a 53-man roster. Based on the fact, again, we don't have Max, we need to have some type of backup guard. And again, Cody Ford can't be the only backup. Now, it could be very possible that how they look at this is, well, Matt Lee can play center. He can also play guards. So maybe we just utilize him in that way. But, I guess that's possible. But the more offensive line depth, the better at this point, right? So I think that one of these running backs, I feel like all 4 are going to make the roster. Knowing Zach Taylor, knowing Duke Tobin, all 4 of these running backs are going to make the roster. That's not even a question on earth. All right, so let's start off with Ooh, this is going to be interesting. See, defense is a lot more difficult. And that's going to Oh, no, it didn't. It did. It reset everything I just did. Crap. Okay. Alright. Speed run here, guys. Speed run. Let's go ahead and just cut all the guys I just cut again. But when it comes to Punter, and I tried to cut him, and then it did not want me to. But I do believe that, and I know it's sad to say, I think Brad Robbins might not make the 53-man roster. It's possible. I'm not saying 100% he's not going to, but if I had to give my 53-man roster right now, I would say I might be on the out of him making the 53-man roster. But again, like I said, one of those situations, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say that I think Austin will win the job. I have very high hope for Austin to be very successful for us, and I think he ends up winning the job here. Listen, Brad Robbins is a 5th-round pick, right? So he was a late 5th-round pick. It's not like this is high capital we used on him. So him not making the roster is not the craziest thing of all time. But, hey, listen, it is what it is. All right, so, now I'm thinking. Defense is always the tough one. So I think we're kind of locked in with this left defensive end positions. Jeff Gunner is the only guy. I know, let's go ahead and cut some players here. I know he's not going to make the roster. He's not making the roster. He's not making the roster. I don't think Cedric Johnson's going to make the roster either. Shaka Haywood, going to be another press squad guy. Devin Harper, press squad guy. I don't really think a lot of these undrafted free agents are going to make the roster. I mean, again, like I said, it's very possible they could. But I don't see them making the roster here. Chris Jenkins, yes. Jay, I think he will. McKinley, yes. Jeff Gunner, yes. Okay. Lance Robinson, I'm going to go with no. This is our 7th-round draft pick, who I called him, that safety dude. Listen, it's possible he makes the roster. It's possible. Okay, so how many players do I have to cut? Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 59. I have 6 more players I have to cut. Oh, man, this is tough now. See, I feel like this is when it gets always the weird part, is when you get down to this one. All right, that's 5 left to cut. Yeah, I'm going to probably end up cutting him. Poison Ivy is a guy that I want him to make the roster because I love Poison Ivy. But he's a guy I could see them not carrying and letting go. I could see him not making the roster, in all honesty. I think Zach Carter goes. Whew. Okay, I think I have, 3 more guys, I believe? Dang. We are now... See, this is when we're splitting hairs, and it's like, is Tanner McLaughlin really going to make the roster? And do you want him to make the roster over somebody else, That's another thing. It's like, how much do you want him to make the roster over somebody else? And is it smart for him to make the roster over somebody else? Is it better to have depth in another position? This is the interesting one. I think Joe Bacci makes the roster. That's why another thing, when it comes down to what's the name? Mustache Man. it's hard to say he's going to make the roster based on the fact of, like, you can't have two punters. And I think the other punter is going to look better than him in, training camp in free agents. Oh, training camp in preseason. See, I don't like the offensive line depth. I really don't. And this is another thing where I rather say, like, here's what I'll say, right? We're going to keep 4 running backs. We're going to. We always do. But I would be okay with us getting rid of a running back and having more offensive line depth. All right, so this might be 53. Let's see. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I think I cut one. Yeah, I cut one, two. I cut one more player I didn't need to cut. All right, yeah. I guess bring back Chris Evans. I'd say bring back Chris Evans, and that would probably be my 53-man roster. That's based on the fact I know who they're going to bring back, not based on the fact of who I think they should bring back. Because if I had to choose someone, I wouldn't say Chris Evans. I would say bring back someone like Jackson Kirkland. I would bring back Jackson Kirkland as a option. But again, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.